guys, and welcome back to our second part of the Winter Snow Saga podcast. This is HORSIN Around. Everyone, let's move on to something that I'm very excited about. And I think you guys are probably also very excited about it because I feel like we all in the office are very excited about him. The gnome.
Yes.
In week 2 we get a gnome. We haven't had gnomes, actual like gnomes in the game before.
Gnomes.
No, we've had
all of the caprons.
gnomes.
The caprons or
Yeah, we only had the
caprons.
caprons.
Yeah.
But this gnome is not a capron, and a capron isn't a gnome.
Exactly. The caprons are just posers.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, wait.
No.
They're not actual gnomes, right?
No, they're not gnomes.
Wait, did
But
I
not
did I
close.
figure something out without knowing it?
Oh, well, a poser, that's just kind of...
Rude?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, in the online community, it's just someone who pretends to be something they're not.
Right, but
Yeah.
that's rude.
Yeah, that's rude for the capron.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean...
You're, like, Beatrix would take great offense at you,
Yeah.
you
But
saying
she's
that.
not pretending to be a Santa's helper.
Well, no one's pretending that in Jorvik.
They use... Maybe we scratched.
Maybe we scratch.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't talk about Santa.
We don't talk about Santa. No,
Right.
no. Yeah. Talking about the gnome. Week 2.
Yes.
Very exciting. What do you have to tell us
So-
about the gnome? Anne?
So we have a gnome.
A gnome.
A gnome for, I would say he is not a pet. He is technically a pet,
Uh-huh.
but he's more like a companion,
Uh-huh.
right? And he's just the cutest thing I've ever seen. I had to get him right away as soon as I could play on dev. That was the first thing I did was like get to the point where I could go get him. He is so cute.
Yeah.
He hops around. The animations are incredible. The sound is incredible. And him running through the snow is amazing. He leaves tracks. He plows into the snow. Like he tunnels through it. He's just a great friend to have around.
Are gnomes a common thing on Jorvik?
Well, they might be, but we don't see them very often because they are quite clever.
Uh-huh.
But gnomes, generally we see them standing very still in gardens. And Noble did not like standing still in a garden.
No.
Right? So if you know very much about gnomes, you know that they care very much for livestock. They are often guardians of farms and so forth. And so if you are lucky enough to have a gnome in your life, he or possibly she will very likely help guard your pets, and your livestock. And so if you have one in your stable, I think your stable would be very happy.
Is he a friendly gnome then? He's not a mischievous one that will make you pay.
Well,
for
so far mine has been friendly.
Oh.
So I don't know how yours will be, but mine is friendly to me, and we've been having fun.
Yeah, I think that it depends how you treat them, isn't that the
Yeah.
case?
I would
That-
say
yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
exactly.
If you're a
think
good
it's,
friend to your gnome,
It's
you're
Swedish folklore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are not taking good care of your horses, you're gonna pay for that later.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're not gonna be in good health. You're not gonna have
Right.
your life is not gonna go well. They're gonna make things happen badly for you if you
Right.
don't take good care of your animals.
Yeah, it kind of, it's the same with all creatures, right? Like,
Yeah, players. If you wake up and all your gloves are gone,
Yeah.
you better go out and feed your horse.
exactly.
How come his name is Snoble?
Well, he's a noble. He likes to play in the snow, and it's very close to gnome and Nissa.
Yeah.
Right? It just kind of tumbled out, and I liked it.
It's a great name because it also sounds like snowball.
Yes, exactly.
Snoble.
Yes.
Lisa, you know a little bit about the production behind, like, because he has all new animations and meshes and everything.
Yeah, the artist responsible for Snoble, Alicia,
Mm-hmm.
she was allowed to create a completely new, unique mesh of a pet. And this doesn't happen. It happens
Every now and
maybe
then, but not super often.
Every now and then, exactly, but not super often. I know that she took inspiration from these gnomes that are sold in Swedish shops that have they have the hat and then just a little nose sticking out.
Yeah, he does
Yes.
look a lot like that.
Yes. And maybe I shouldn't mention anyone because then I will forget someone.
Yeah.
But the animators working on the gnome, they really wanted to make sure that they used squash and stretch techniques to really get this feeling of that it's jumping or that
Yeah.
it's falling or that it's like
It goes this way.
His
Yes,
little
yes.
footsies.
The
They get
footsies
me.
are, yes, they're so adorable. And I know actually in the beginning concepts that Alicia did, she wanted the gnome to also have hands. But then they were a bit too redundant, so they were removed and then only the feet were kept.
Yeah.
And I think that was a brilliant idea
Yeah.
because too much can also be too much. Less is more
Yeah.
sometimes.
Maybe he picks
So-
things up with his mustache. We don't know.
Yeah.
He's a gnome. He can do whatever he wants.
And all those very, very sweet details in the hat. You
Yeah.
know, that like they're matching with the beard or the mustache
Yeah.
that this gnome has. The little grayish thingies in the hat, the little pattern
Aw.
details are matching.
Aw.
So she made sure to keep it very coherent.
And I
art
think
style.
there's something
Yeah.
special about the pom-pom on that,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I love the hat. I love the shape of the hat. That is not just like a cone, like it's usually with
Gnomes or
Santa Clauses and other types of gnome, gnome-like creatures.
Yeah.
They have like this very cone-like hat, but his is very like it's wonky and it's like fun
Yeah.
and it's like it's both pointy and dangly, and that is I feel like a talent.
It's a true knit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's sort of attached to him like a body part or
Yeah.
something. When he moves, that moves in the same sort of flow.
Right, that gave me such creepy images. Like he's like a little arm in there.
oh god no!
But I want to get back to you, the inspiration for shops here in Sweden. I have a collection of gnomes at home.
You have to send us a picture.
Yeah, and I love this style of the gnomes. I do bring them forward each December to decorate the house. So yes, I can send you the picture.
Yes,
Yes,
please.
yes, I was
please.
gonna ask.
I'll share with
Uh,
you my.
And I love to go in different markets and to find new ones, especially if there's a local artist doing
Yeah,
them. That's
yeah.
even better.
The sum of this is that the players, you guys who are listening, need to know that we Scandinavians, especially us Swedes, we're obsessed with gnomes. Obsessed.
And then I can share a personal story.
Oh.
My grandfather, we had...
Was a gnome.
Yeah, no, he was not. But we did have a farm and we did have livestock, or he had, together with my mother when she was a child. He swear that he has seen a live gnome.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
This gives me shivers.
Yeah, I also got goosebumps.
Yeah,
Because
he came from the stable and he went up to the house and then he turned back because he felt someone was watching him. And he's like, oh, a gnome.
Wow.
The goosebumps are very intense right
Wow.
now. Because when,
Oh, look
Up
at
the neck as well.
when I was younger, many of you know this, but I'm going to say it anyway, I hung out a lot in the stables when I was a kid. And I was convinced that they were watching all the time. So I just made sure they never ate anything of the things that I left for them. But I made sure to leave like little snacks for them. I would say goodbye to them when I left the stables. I was like, good night.
Yeah?
Oh, good night.
Why wouldn't they exist?
Exactly. Why wouldn't we have so many little models of the gnomes? They must have come from somewhere. Like
Yeah.
someone
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has seen them.
Absolutely.
I believe they exist.
Yeah.
And you can't change my mind.
Not trying to.
My earliest memory of a gnome, not a real,
I was like, wait, you waited until now?
super serious. No, but my earliest memory of a gnome as such in my childhood is these marzipan gnomes, if you know which ones I mean.
Yes.
My grandmother, she had a friend in Dalarö, which is a small town outside of Stockholm in the Swedish archipelago. And she had a friend who used to make these and then sell them down on the market. And they were, like this hat and then the little nose. That was the only thing needed. And the hat and also with the little white ball and then in different colors.
Do you like the marzipan?
Yeah, I love marzipan.
Yeah, because that was the problem for me. Because I looked at those gnomes and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, that is some great piece of candy right there.
Yeah.
And then I put them in my mouth and I was like, that is disgusting. Why did
You
you do
didn't
this
like
to us?
marzipan?
Offensive to the gnomes.
Oh,
Oh wow!
I am offended on behalf of the gnomes.
Oh wow!
wow.
Do
Disgusting.
we have to put a bar in between us, Meli?
Yeah. Friendship over.
Exactly.
Whenever we have...
I'm on the opposite of that spectrum. I'm like, I love
Oh, me
marzipan
too.
and gnomes. It's like,
I love the sculpting part of marzipan. Like, I think people make beautiful...
then we can
beautiful-
still stay friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate them from afar.
I think I'm with you, Lisa. I love marzipan as
You
well.
do?
Yeah, I think it's the best.
I love it.
What's wrong with you people?
What's wrong with
I
you?
quit. No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
You're fired.
I'm the odd one out, so yeah, I'm fine. little bit off track. Getting back on
Having
track.
too much fun.
We're gonna bring our pet gnome, obviously, with us when we go on the Hoof Patrol quest.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Tell us about the Hoof Patrol.
The Hoof Patrol. Well, this is another instance of witchcraft. Our
Witchcraft.
amazing William.
He's a technical designer.
Yeah.
William.
Willow.
William.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like a gnome. You see him. Okay, I've never seen him in real life. Actually,
Haven't you?
no, I just know
No.
that he exists.
Yeah.
And then things happen,
Yes. Yeah.
and you're like, oh, what is this?
He took a quest that existed before and multiplied it into a bazillion time better quest that it used to be called Rent-A-Mount, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So you could ride different animals, and now it's just mind-blowing. You can,
It's Skansen on acid.
yeah.
I don't know if you.
Ooh, I like that. Skansen on acid. For the listener, I guess it's a place where you can find a lot of animals, Scandinavian animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind. I've never been there, but it's kind of like a zoo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a zoo and also a theme park for
Yeah.
Scandinavian sort of
Yeah, also like for
animals,
Swedish
buildings.
folklore and
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
Swedes
Yeah.
lived many
Yeah.
hundred
And they,
years
they
ago.
teach a
yeah.
lot about the
Yeah.
animals, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've
you
never
can
been there,
also
I'm
get
very
taught
excited
how
about
to
it.
do
Oh
the-
my
It's
gosh.
awesome.
And
Let's-
Meli, you can also
let's
get
make a
taught how
field
to do
trip.
the glass
Yeah.
blowing thingy.
Yeah.
The Swedes are getting ramped up here. They're like,
I'm
"Never
not
been."
even, look, I've been there.
You've been?
Yeah.
Of course I have.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow. First the
goodness.
marzipan and now Skansen.
All right, we got
Are
to
you not
do
embarrassed?
the Lucia Dagen at Skansen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that the animals really are kind of Scandinavian looking. And you can take part in a special quest racing around, and then you can possibly ride around even further with them and make animal friends, and there's even a chance to get some souvenirs
What?
to remind you all year long of your adventures with your new animal friends. I mean, it's amazing. If you only go to the Winter Village to check out this quest, you will not be disappointed.
You will not, because I will share with you. Me and Emma recorded a commercial yesterday. And I was riding a bear the
A
whole
bear.
time.
Ursa.
And then she was like, let's go save Jorvik. And I was like, I cannot! My destiny is calling! And then I just ran out into the
Let me ask you this. Did you make Ursa wiggle?
No.
Is it the special
I
move?
have to go back in. I just ran around and jumped because it gets such a derpy little face, and like the tongue is coming out a little bit, and it's like wee, and then it actually
There-
jumps. Like I wasn't.
Yes, there is some special
expecting that.
magic behind that. I don't know if that's something to share, but they are animated as horses.
Ooh.
So that's some magic from the animation team working in tandem with William.
Because
So
it still looks like a bear,
yes, it
Very
does look
much.
like a bear,
Like
but
it-
it
in
moves like a
movement.
horse.
Yeah.
but not really. Like it moves like a horse, but not.
Yeah.
I think it can even lay down.
Yes,
Or-
they lay
Yeah.
down. Mm.
I missed out on so much. I was just so excited that I was a bear.
There's so much you could do, and I think it's daily.
Yeah, I think what's also different from this time, since it was a random amount, is that other players can see you riding
Yes.
the bear.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm so looking forward again to see you players, either with your riding club or by yourself, taking amazing pictures, but also do really weird constellations with the bears, the mooses,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
The most fun part for me was to hide my rider and just be a bear.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Oh
that.
my
I
gosh.
was living my brother
Yeah.
bear dream.
Oh my gosh.
A week ago in
was
the
like, I'm
playthrough,
Tina.
I asked if that is possible, and Willow or William was like, "Yes, it's possible. You can hide the player so that you can just cosplay a
Yes.
bear or a moose or a stag or whatever."
So Star Stable just became Star Forest.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bear stable. Moose stable.
Oh.
All the stables. Which one of the mounts would you pick? Obvious question. We have to talk about it.
I like the moose.
Yeah.
Moose is huge.
The deer. Well, it's not the
The
stag
one
with,
with
the
the
horns. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
They're fun because they boing.
I think I like the bear. I know all their names.
What are all their names? Share the names.
Ursa,
the bear.
Fal, Bach. Oh shoot.
Who's who? Who's who?
Okay,
Buck
Ursa is the
Mercedes.
bear.
Uh-huh.
Bach, the Yule goat.
That is creepy. The Yule goat is creepy, not the
That's right.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy.
He looks
The eyes.
Yeah, that was one
Cute.
thing. I'm not sure if you're allowed to rant.
Of course you can rant.
But that is one thing that I'm thinking with the Yule goat, that I can relate to Swedish Yule goats without the eyes.
Yeah.
But then this one has eyes.
It feels
But
evil
then
to me.
also they're kind of modeled, and the texture is like going around that it looks almost like it's veins and muscles going around the eyes. And I think that's a bit creepy for
It's
something
super
that is supposed to be an object.
It creeps me out so much. I can't write it. It creeps me out so. Sorry,
And the animations
we
of
totally
that
interrupted you with the names.
When it gets the spasms, when it's the animations, when it's standing still and doing this and jiggling with all the legs, and
I think the players could do a really good horror story with the Yule goat here.
oh, like the Gnomie.
Yeah.
Well, you could try setting it on
Please.
fire.
Tag us if you do.
Yeah,
Not if you
taking
set
us
it on
by-
fire. That would be offensive to the Swedish culture.
Wait a minute. No, you're supposed to set Yule goats on fire.
Yeah, no, we are not supposed
No,
to.
you're not
We're
supposed
trying
to
to
do that.
stop
That's
people
illegal.
every year.
That's illegal, actually.
That's,
in
it's been a
Gävle.
whole thing. Like, so for you guys who are listening, we have this huge Yule goat in Sweden every year, and every year someone breaks through the protection spells that we put on it and burn it down.
And
No,
like this thing is
not every
huge. This
year.
is huge as a building.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's enormous. It is almost every year, isn't it?
And
No.
I think they
There are a
catch
couple
the...
of there's
No.
a couple of years
Mm.
that hasn't sort of burnt down
Yeah.
or up. They have moved it now this year, I think.
Yeah.
I also think there's some betting
Oh, yeah.
going on
Always.
when it's
Yeah.
going to burn.
Which date and like when, if it's happening. People make money out of this. But yeah, you guys, so listeners, if you do make a horror story with a
Yule goat?
Yule goat, please tag us. We'd love to
Please
see.
burn it up.
Please burn it. Because it's illegal in real life, but you know what? You can do whatever you want. This is not
Oh,
real.
Jorvik.
Can you please go back to the names, because I still want to know them.
Gosh, okay, now Sven.
We don't
Ooh.
have a reindeer.
No.
No, I didn't say reindeer. I
But-
just said Sven.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
sorry. I was thinking
it's
of...
because Frozen.
Yeah.
William named them. Anyway, get your souvenirs. Don't forget to get your souvenirs.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you get the souvenirs?
There's a souvenir shop.
Oh.
Just like, at any good place where you are exiting
Yeah.
and you can grab a souvenir.
I've totally missed the souvenirs. I'm going to go back and I'm going to
They are amazing. Talented artists again, making amazing shirts that sort of fits your ride.
Ooh, wait. I think I know what this is all about now, because I think I've seen these.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to shop. Ooh, yes, please do remember to take your souvenirs. I don't know why I said it like that, but now I did. So that's what you're getting.
So nice when you also get surprised, Meli.
I'm always,
Well,
whenever I open my mouth,
It is a
or whenever
shop.
you release anything, I get surprised. Everything surprises me, because I'm not mentally here enough to know what's going on.
It's late. It's late. We're doing this at like 11 p.m. So
After hours.
That was it for this week's podcast, guys. Remember that this is just one part out of our 4-part podcast special for the Winter Festival. And we'll be back next week to talk about other cool stuff happening on Jorvik during the festival. And if you haven't listened to the previous parts, what you doing? Go do it right now. Go do it. I dare you. I double dare you. All right. See you next week. Bye.